Hi there again. Hopefully you're having a good day. And today for our devotions we're looking at Mark chapter 6 verses 1 to 13. Mark chapter 6 verses 1 to 13. As usual, pause the video, have a read, and then we'll talk about it. So yesterday we saw about the importance of trusting in Jesus, and today we see something of the consequences of not trusting in Jesus, and the consequences, if you like, of lack of faith. As well as this, you might have noticed that in both of these two little sections here, first when Jesus goes to his hometown and then when Jesus sends out the 12, we hear a couple of little phrases which actually have come into our language, and not many people actually realise that they're actually from the words of Jesus, actually. So firstly, Jesus goes to his hometown, Nazareth, and he teaches in the synagogue. And as usual, when Jesus teaches, everyone's amazed at his teaching, and they all want to know, where'd you find this out from, Jesus? Where'd you get your ideas from? They're used to preachers coming or speakers coming and always relying on someone else, as such and such said, or as so and so said. Jesus doesn't come with that, and we've already heard that he teaches on his own authority. But because they know him, because he grew up with them, because they've known him since he was a boy, and this is often the case, isn't it? You often speak to someone, hear some sort of profile on someone well known, who's very famous and well loved, and then they speak to the people who went to school with them or were childhood friends with them, and they say, "Oh, he's not really that. He's just one of our friends. He's nothing special." And we take that as we quite like hearing that, and in a sense that's a little bit like what Jesus' old neighbours, I guess, say to him. Isn't this Mary's son? Isn't he the carpenter? Don't we know his brother and sisters? And so they get upset that he, in a sense, is placing himself above them or is trying to tell them what to do because they've known him since he was a boy. And so Jesus says, a prophet is without honour in his own hometown. And that's a little phrase that's come into our language, isn't it? That when people will listen to you when you're not at home, but when you're at home, no one cares. But then we get this interesting little phrase, he could not do any miracles there except lay his hands on a few sick people and heal them. And he was amazed at their lack of faith. Why could not Jesus do any, was he somehow restricted? I think that's not quite he was suddenly powerless, but that he didn't do miracles, he couldn't do miracles because no one trusted him to do them. In previous parts of Mark's Gospel, we've seen people came from everywhere and brought the sick to him and said, "Jesus, we know you can heal him, please heal them, please heal them." And we saw even yesterday, the woman who'd been bleeding, or the synagogue ruler, "Jesus, we know you can do it." They put themselves wholly in Jesus' hands. But no one in his hometown put themselves in Jesus' hands. They weren't trusting him, they were trusting in someone or something else. They had no faith in him. And if we don't trust Jesus, and if they didn't trust Jesus, well, if you're not depending on someone, they're probably not going to help you that much, are they? If you're not depending on the chair to hold you up, it won't hold you up because you won't sit on it in the first place. If you're not depending on the plane to take you somewhere, whenever that happens, it won't take you anywhere because you'll never get on it. And if you're not depending on Jesus to heal your loved one, you won't take your loved one to see him. And we see a similar type thing again in the second little incident when Jesus sends out the 12 to sort of continue his work of preaching and of teaching about the kingdom and of casting out evil spirits. He gives them these instructions: take nothing for the journey except a staff, no bread, no bag, no money in your belts. Wear sandals but not an extra tunic. So that is, in a sense, you're going to be looked after by those to whom you speak. God will provide what you need. Whenever you enter a house, stay there until you leave that town. And if any place will not welcome you or listen to you, shake the dust off your feet when you leave as a testimony against them. And here, remember back listening in chapter 4, here Jesus is saying to his disciples, who he sends out, if they don't want to listen to you, then don't waste your words on them. If they say get out of here, then that's okay. So there's others who want to hear. And he uses that kind of famous phrase, shake the dust off your feet. Say, if you want nothing to do with us, then that's fine. We'll go. And in a sense, here we see another consequence of lack of faith in Jesus, or another consequence of rejecting the message of Jesus. If we reject the message of Jesus, then, well, we won't get the opportunity to hear it. We'll never get the opportunity even to put our trust in Jesus. The consequences of outright rejection are severe, aren't they? Imagine these people realizing later on, we could have heard the great news of the gospel, but we just said, we shut our ears, we went la, 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 and then they left. We lost our chance. Sometimes when the opportunity is there, we need to grab it with both hands. And in both cases, both our little sections here, we see people who have an opportunity, a wonderful, almost unheard of opportunity to hear the good news of Jesus, to depend on Jesus for healing, and they reject it. They reject it in one level, in one stage, because, we already know this guy, we don't need to hear him again. Or, no, we're not interested. They don't even get to first base. The consequences of that were horrendous, weren't they? There were people who could have been healed who weren't. They didn't trust Jesus to heal them. There were people who could have heard of the kingdom, but they shut their ears and closed their eyes. Of course, there were some, verses 12 and 13, who did hear, who did repent, who did have demons cast out, who were healed from sickness. They depended on Jesus. It's a sobering reminder today of the consequences of lack of faith and the consequences of rejection of Jesus. If we don't want to depend on Jesus to save us, if we want to depend on something else, Jesus will say, fine, go and depend on that. See how that goes for you. It won't go well. Especially when Jesus says, I've done all that needs to be done. Just depend on me. You don't have to do anything else. You can't do anything else. Just depend on me. I've done all that needs to be done. When the choice is like that, there's only one obvious choice, isn't there? Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this word from the Gospel of Mark. Father, thank you for this warning of the consequences of not trusting Jesus. Father, please help us to continue to trust in him. And if we never have before, please help us to make that choice today, to depend on him and him alone for everything that we need, and especially for forgiveness and salvation. In Jesus' name, amen. I'll see you tomorrow.